Hey everyone, it's Devine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking and sharing, and welcome to the water signs. I'm doing Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, and we're doing a little bit of a tarot read and also the Conscious Spirit deck, just seeing where you guys are at spiritually. So I hope this is finding you happy and well. I'm going to get started with Pisces, and as you can see, I'm in my new healing room now. And I'm so happy, I'm so excited. So I hope that you will enjoy the energy and the messages. And I've called in all of our ancestors, guides, loved ones, angels, ascended masters to be with us and just to clear the energies and give clear advice for you all. I am using the prediction tarot, excuse me, for the readings today. And I am getting used to the elevation, 6,000 feet here. So please excuse me if I lose my voice a little bit. Okay, I'm going to start off with Pisces, and we're just going to get a general reading for everybody, more in-depth readings at my website. Okay, here we go, Pisces. What's the messages for you? Okay. What's coming up? So these are just general near future readings. Okay. That's the card. Okay, so we got the Hanged Man, okay? So when this comes up in a reading, it does indicate that maybe you've been going through a period of suspension, maybe you've been going through a period of waiting for change or waiting for something to occur, or maybe you've just been forced to rest for a little while as the energies are shifting and changing, and you know, you're doing new things and exploring. For some people, you're waiting to hear news. Maybe it's news about a job or a house or a new direction, and you feel like there's not much you can do to make this process happen any quicker, you know. But it's saying to hang in there, because whatever it is that you've been working on, or whatever mindset that you've had at the moment, is working for you and is going to benefit you. So if you're in this period of waiting at the moment, just enjoy it, because I also feel like things are going to start getting quite busy for you as well. I'm going to do you another card. Probably do 3 quick cards for each one. Okay, so what else to go with this? It's a major turning of point in your life as well. Whenever we get the major cards coming, you've arrived at this place in your life of just having to be a little bit chilled at the moment while you're waiting for things to change. And here we have the 7 of Cups as well. So, you know, you may have had a lot of different thoughts, feelings, emotions coming up, and a lot of people have been going through trigger points, you know, things coming to the surface. Or maybe there's people coming from your past, for example, who you may not resonate with much anymore either. There's a change in the way of how you're feeling about yourself, and it's very important that you don't allow yourself to continually overthink. This is not a really good time for you to do that, especially while you're in a period of waiting as well, okay? There's something emotionally that keeps on sparking you into different thought patterns, and it's time to pull yourself back and just be in this hangman zone for a minute. Maybe you need to meditate a little bit more before you make big decisions, okay? One more card to go with this. Okay. I'm just getting used to my new little setup. Okay. What else can we tell Pisces? Okay, so you've got two you've got 2 major cards, okay? So something major is occurring, even if it feels like it isn't. And with the High Priestess here, this is about your own knowledge starting to come. So maybe you've been very intuitive lately, or you've been studying the tarot, or you've been studying the occult in some way, or looking into things, or maybe you've just been a nurse, you know, studying nursing, or, you know, something like that, going back to school. Or it can just be studying in your own way. And whatever it is that you've been learning, this is going to create a lot of fertility for you in many different levels. So, you know, if you're wanting to start a new business and you've been learning about things, then this is saying, you know, it's happening, okay? It's meant for you. Sometimes this card can come up when there are people who are younger than us, you know, teaching us or showing us something that maybe we haven't, you know, thought of before perhaps. But whatever the case, you know, you've been in this state of waiting for change. You've been listening to your instincts, but even though that's true, you may also have been overthinking a little bit, trying to reach for an answer. You know, when we try to know what the future is kind of thing, and we're like, maybe if it's this, and maybe if I go in that direction, this will happen, etc. Try not to let your mind go around in circles, but instead pull yourself back in, you know, to your this state of being where you're just sort of like chilling out and you're waiting and you're meditating and you're being patient while you're studying, you're working on your spirituality, you're opening up your gifts, and you know the knowledge is going to come from your own intuition. Okay, so really follow your own intuition at the moment for Pisces, because it's leading you exactly in the right direction where you need to be and where all of the answers are. You know, the answers are held in your intuition, and sometimes you can feel something's going to be okay, and then you start thinking about it, and then you worry about it, and then, you know, it emotionally starts to affect you. And this is what it's warning you against doing. Don't do that, okay? Just stay chill, stay how you are, focus on a higher vibration, and you're going to get a positive result. Now, on your spiritual levels, let's have a look at your conscious spirit. So what you're doing spiritually for Pisces, okay, the water elemental. Okay, so this is obviously working with you because you're a water sign. So it's saying, I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in my life. You see how that's just reinforced that intuition message for you. And the energy of dolphins, if you think about dolphins, they're very high in vibration, they're very telepathic, and they're also very joyful all the time. So if you can stay in that joy vibration and you can stay happy even amongst, you know, when you're worried, and you just bring yourself back to your happiness and your gratitude, etc., that is working for you. That will always work for you. And you may be getting messages to, you know, go somewhere close to water, or be near a lake, or go to the ocean or something like this to help recharge your batteries as well if you've been feeling flatter. But it's also saying that, you know, you're a water sign, your intuition is always on target. Make sure at this point in your life that you're really, really listening to it to get you through to the next levels, okay? So that's awesome for Pisces. Even though it may feel like not much is happening, there's a lot happening behind the scenes to bring you into that place where, you know, your goals are realized, okay? All right, so thank you for watching, Pisces. Now for Cancer. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you will enjoy your messages. I'm going to be using the prediction tarot for your readings, and also going to be looking at the where you are spiritually with the conscious spirit deck as well. Okay. So we're calling in all of the angels, guides, loved ones, ancestors, ascended masters to surround us, be with us, to give clear messages, and to help you to absorb the messages as well. Okay, so this is for Cancer. We're going to do 3 cards, 3 tarot cards. I might actually pull 3 at a time, so it saves a bit of time. Okay, for Cancer signs, this is a near future reading. Of course, you can get more in-depth reading, personal for yourself, if you contact me. I can do you a deal. Okay, to devinemiracles@gmail.com. And the 3rd card for Cancer. I'm not going to turn these over until I'm going to talk with you about them. Okay, so the first card, let's go, is the 10 of Swords. Now, something's just finished, okay? Now, people get really worried about the 10 of Swords. I see it as a sigh of relief. I'm like, whatever it is that you were just dealing with, whatever stress, heartache, whatever that you've been through, whether you've been feeling someone's been nasty or stabbing you in the back or betraying you, or whatever it is that you feel has been going on, it's like, here's the stop, bang. It's like a huge stop sign, okay? It ends right now. And you'll notice over the next few days the differences in energy that starts to happen. Sometimes when the 10 of Swords comes up, it's a time when you're finding out or there's a revelation. coming up in your life. You start to find out some information, and it stops you from, further emotionally, moving forward on a situation, for example. Maybe you found something out about someone and you're like, you know what, I don't even want to be around that person anymore. Something like that. Or maybe you're moving house and it's like you've been waiting for the right place. It's like, here's the ending to the old place, the new things are beginning. And that's what we know. We know that things begin as soon as something ends. Something new also begins as well. The Ten of Swords here, like all the swords are intertwined with each other. So something intelligently or intellectually, maybe you've been entwined with somebody else in some kind of business or association, and now it's coming to a close. So something is about to finish in your life. I do see it as a positive though. Whenever something ends, it means there's something new beginning. To go with this, you've got the Seven of Swords. Okay, so whatever this ending is, it's happened because you felt like, you were being ripped off in some way, or you felt like someone was taking advantage of you. You felt like you were giving and all that was happening was taking. Maybe this has been a narcissistic kind of relationship, because we know that there's a lot of that around at this time of year too. Okay, so whatever closed off for you, it's because you felt that in some way, someone was sneaky or underhanded or, not being honest with you, okay? And it's caused a closure, in your life. Sometimes the Seven of Swords can indicate, in some decks that I've read and books and things that I've read, sometimes the Seven of Swords just indicates freedom as well from a situation that has long held you back. So maybe this is also an important message for somebody out there. Along with this comes the Lovers, okay? Interesting. So it's like something finishing, because of the way that you've been thinking and the way that you've been feeling, it's caused a complete ending to a situation, but it's bringing a new beginning. Maybe this is about relationships here. It's bringing a new beginning into your life or new choices for you to make. But the idea is that it's a much happier sort of future for you, okay? So because you've put the effort in, the work in, and you've listened to your instincts, and you finally started to move forward, everything's starting to work out for you in a more beautiful way than you may have thought. Sometimes the Lovers card comes up when there's two things being offered to you, two jobs, or two houses, two people maybe, or even maybe professing their love for you or something. But, the decision is yours to make, okay? The only feeling that I get here about this and having all these swords and everything with it is make sure, again, that you're not overthinking a situation, that you're not going into a situation with the same energy that was there when you left something, okay? It could also mean, like, with regards to work, that your circumstances have dramatically changed. Maybe you don't feel the same way about your work environment as you have in the past, and it's leading to different changes and different events in your life. You're a different person than you used to be, and it's time for you to try not to feel bad for people as you're moving forward, but remember to stay strong inside yourself as you make these decisions that are going to be of a benefit to you, okay? And also, when you're happy, everybody around you is happy too. Like if you're worried about children in a situation, remember that they thrive on your happiness. If you're not happy, they're feeling that stress, So don't stay in a bad situation just for the kids, because the kids are feeling all the stress probably double, than you are, So let's see where you're at spiritually with what message we have from the Conscious Spirit deck here. That was it. Spirit guides. Okay, I open my heart to my guides and trust in the wisdom that they share with me. And we need to remember to have them with us, like all the time. I always say I'm calling my ancestors, guides, loved ones, spirit guides, ascended masters, healers, everybody that I can think of, angels, archangels, everybody. Please come close. That's the first things that I say. Please come really close. Surround me and my situation. help make this a gentle, situation for everybody involved. Help me to listen to my intuition. Help me to open my abilities more fully and more completely and listen to, the messages that are coming through from Spirit. Help me to be kind and gracious in everything that I do. And, that kind of talk, and bring them with you everywhere that you go. Your spirit guides are right here, waiting for you, maybe waiting for you to ask for assistance in your situation. But just don't forget, that they are always there. They want to walk with you during the day. They are spirit guides because they are guiding you as a spirit, guiding your spirit forward. Okay, that's what they're trying to do. Like a really good friend would, always tell you when, you're overthinking or overdoing things, bring your guides in. A lot of people only work with their angels or only work with guides or something. Maybe if that's true, start calling more people towards you. We need the extra support, and of course they're always there to help us, no matter what. Maybe we just don't feel worthy of anyone helping us, and all that kind of thing needs to change too. So for Cancer, it looks like things are really shaking up in your life, and have, maybe you've been at this point, but also that you have, a very happy new beginning just about to start here. And it's something that you really need to trust in yourself as you move forward as well, okay? Now, thank you for watching Cancer. Now for Scorpio. Hi Scorpio, thank you for being here and being with me. Remember, this is just a general reading. If you want something more in-depth for yourself, please write to me, devinemiracles@gmail.com, and I'll do a discount for you. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to be using the prediction pack for your tarot, and I'm pulling 3 cards out, which is just a near future kind of a reading, okay? And we're also going to be using the conscious spirit deck to see where you are spiritually, what you've been working on, okay? And see what we get from there. So I'm calling in all the angels, guides, loved ones, ascended masters, healers, universal energies to move forward and surround us so that the reading is perfect for whoever is listening. And this is for Scorpio. So I'm going to draw 3 cards and we'll go from there. Now I'm just pulling them out. I'm not looking at them. I'm just putting them down. I know this deck is not always very colorful and beautiful, but it does something to me psychically. 3, that's the 3rd one. Okay. Here we go. The 4 of Wands. Okay, so this is for Scorpio. So there's definitely going to be happiness in the home, and something, happening within your home that has caused this excitement and happiness. Maybe there are celebrations happening for some of you. Maybe your children are having a birthday, or, just something here is changing in a way of a joy vibration. Maybe you're finally getting through a situation, or you've just moved house, you've just moved into a new location and it's really, really working for you. And this card can also indicate people coming from a distance, getting together with you. So maybe there's people coming from overseas, for example, or from another state or something like that, moving forward into your life again. And maybe you haven't seen these people for a long time. But whatever the case, this first card talks about joy and happiness with regards to creative pursuits and with regards to your home as well. So let's see how this meshes in with other cards here. Number 2. Okay, so with this card here, you may be feeling the pinch of things. It's like maybe financially, you've had a lot more that you're paying out for, than you might have liked at the moment, especially if there's house moves involved, where you know that there's always these hidden extras and this extra money and all this kind of stuff. But don't stay in a mindset of lack. Just say to yourself, okay, everything's happening. I'm always provided for. Things are changing. I'm moving my vibration into that happiness state, and it's all going to work out for my favor. Sometimes this card can indicate a little bit of a blockage with, you know, obviously with regards to money or work. For example, maybe you've been just left a job, or there's not much work around at this time of year or something like that. But that with your positive attitude, that you'll be able to break through this cycle because you've done it before, okay? I'm just making sure that my thing, it's like a, okay, sorry everyone. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, there it is. All right, so yeah, so sometimes, you know, as we said, we feel like everything's going wrong. We have to remember to bring ourselves into that joy vibration. Because we have the Ten of Wands here, if you don't do this, then you tend to overburden yourself, okay? Sometimes, like with Scorpio, like you guys know by now, I'm pretty in tune with you guys. It's like you give and give and give, and you like to help, but then also you find yourself sometimes, you know, because you've helped so many people and you don't tend to get that in return, you start to, you know, resent this a little bit, you know. And we know that we do it within ourselves, kind of thing. You sort of resent that you've gone out of your way because you don't tend to get it back all the time. Again, another lesson of not having to give so much. And you also need to remember that you don't need to give in order to be well received. Like sometimes people give things because they think that that's all that they've got to offer the world. You know, I must give all of my time and my energy because I want people to like me, or I want to be accepted, or I want to fit in. You know, try not to do things for the sake of having some kind of result at the end. Only do what you're doing if you really, really lovingly want to do it from the heart, and that you're not expecting anything in return, because 9 times out of 10, people are not going to give you what you give them, you know, 9 times out of 10. And a Scorpio will start to feel, you know, if you feel like you're being taken advantage of in some way, or if you feel that someone's thinking bad about you, or if you feel like, you know, oh, I haven't heard from that person in a long time, you know, maybe they've got some kind of conspiracy against me. If you start thinking in those ways, you need to detach yourself immediately from the situation. So if you start overthinking and over-analyzing and trying to read people's minds, thoughts, ideas, energy, you know, feeling the energy too much, or whatever it is that you do, pull yourself right back. Say, no, I'm detaching myself completely from that situation because it's doing nothing but draining me. You know, if I'm giving from the heart. If I don't receive anything from that person, then it's going to come back to me in 1,000 different ways. Do you know what I mean? So just weigh things up, because otherwise you're going to become overburdened, worn out, stressed out, and you'll find yourself flat, you know, and flat on your back in some cases, not being able to move forward because you've given so much of yourself, okay? So, interesting for Scorpio. But let's see what your cards for your spiritual journey say. For Scorpio, you got the movement meditation, celebrating and honoring your physical body through dance and movement. So when you feel like you're overburdened, or you feel like you're doing too much for everybody else, time to move for yourself. Go for walks. That's the best thing for you. You know, walking or being near the ocean, recharging your batteries, being in nature, etc., is the way in which you're going to be able to shake off any excess energies, you know, clear yourself, ground yourself, you know, using the darker colored crystals. This particular stone here I found at a car park in a gas station, and you can see the, I know it's weird, but you can see the lines of quartz in the middle of these striations. It's sort of like a jaspery kind of thing. If you can ground yourself with a deeper colored crystal like this, you know, or the one that I've got here, which is just some kind of rock that has quartz, crystallized kind of thing, you're going to feel so much better. When I use this particular stone and I'm talking to people on the phone, I know exactly what they need. I know exactly where they're going wrong. I know exactly what I have to say to them to help them. It's like all the courage and, you know, the forward movement and the knowledge and everything starts to happen because I'm grounded in. If you're not grounded in within yourself, and all the different parts of who you are not in your being, you are going to feel scattered. you are going to feel wiped out. You are going to feel exhausted if you don't do those things, you know. So looking after yourself first is your main priority. And when you feel centered within yourself, then you can work with other people. But if you're feeling like people are taking advantage of you in some way, detach completely from the situation. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself very depleted very quickly, okay? So for this week coming up, be aware of your energy, Scorpio. Be aware of where you're, you know, allowing other people to take a hold of you energetically, and bring yourself back to that happiness, joyful vibration. That is who you are anyway. That's part of your personality. So if you're feeling flat or whatever, that's not you. So detach yourself, cleanse and clear any energy that's not yours. Bring your power back to yourself. Work with some deeper colored crystals to help you to do that, okay? So thank you guys for listening to this update, and back to normal videos now. And please, if you want to do some healing with me, or a reading, or healing and a reading, or whatever it is, please let me know, devinemiracles@gmail.com, and we can work out some kind of deal for you, okay? So until the next time, lots of love, many, many blessings, and bye for now.